What's up, guys? I wanted to make this video to give you my thoughts on racism and on hatred. Both of these things are, unfortunately, things that I'm familiar with in my own life and experience. I found that neither one of these is an emotion that is natural for humans. It's not something that we're born with. These are things that are learned, and these are behaviors that are acquired. And oftentimes, it's just circumstance that leads people to end up with these types of feelings about others. And again, I'm the first to admit I was one of those people, and it happens to a lot of us. And the result of it was that I ended up spending the majority of my life in very dark places, fucked up, never emotionally well. I was always hurt. I was always struggling. I was always angry. And those kinds of feelings led me to the worst kinds of places that you could ever imagine. Nothing good came from that. And it's unfortunate that most people who head down these type of paths are never able to make the change required to get off of them. Never. And the reason is because the answer and the solution to these negative emotions is the opposite, which is love. And this is something that I've come to believe 1,000%, that you have to have a driving force in your life. It's going to be one or the other. It's going to be hatred or it's going to be love. The difference is monumental. It's gigantic. And, thinking about things now and reflecting on my life and realizing how much of an impact those negative emotions had on me, makes me real sad. Not for me, but for others who are going through the same thing now. And that's the reason why, that's my motivation for making these kinds of videos. I know that these are not popular topics. I know that this is not content that is relatable for most people. My hopes are that even one or two of you out there could relate to what I'm telling you. Maybe you're in that place now that I was and just need to get another opinion or a different perspective on it from someone who's been through it. I've been down that road. The hatred leads nowhere. It leads nowhere. And, for the first time in my life, as of recent, now, I'm able to feel good about things. And hating other people ultimately led to me hating myself also. It's not possible for you to have those types of negative emotions and limit them to one specific target. It ends up, just taking over your entire psyche and emotional state of being. And it's very, very sad. And so, again, the opposite is the position of love. I now look at life completely different. I look at every person out there as of me. We are the same. They're my brother, they're my sister, and I love them. And my intention is, if I can help them, if I have within me the power or ability to improve their lives or assist them in any way, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to accomplish. And if I'm unable to do that with anyone I encounter, rather than lay the blame on them, I will redirect that blame back to myself and say, that I am lacking. There's still more progress for me to accomplish in order for me to be able to be relatable to that person. In order for me to help this person, I have to ask myself, what is it that I'm lacking? And how can I further improve myself so that I could assist that person? And so again, just changing that one thing, hate to love, changed the whole world for me. It really, really did. I don't have any enemies anymore. I don't have any of those kinds of crazy feelings that I had before. I'm not at risk of exploding at any time before, and there are no people out there who I feel that way towards. So whoever it is that you may have those negative kinds of emotions towards, it could be, towards black people, towards Mexicans, towards Jews, for me, an example, towards cops. I fucking hated cops. Whoever it is, or whomever it is, just realize that it's a fucking poison. to allow those kind of thoughts and emotions to linger within you, to even entertain those kind of thoughts, is a fucking poison. And the detriment is only to you, not to anybody else, not to the recipient of that hate. Trust me, you're not fucking them up. You're fucking yourself up. So hopefully you guys can take something positive out of this. You know, again, not for everybody, but maybe for you. So think about it. Try to look at life differently. Realize the power that you have within you. That ultimately everything comes down to you. Everything comes down to our own minds and individual ability to make decisions and decide something. And the same way I decided one day that I'm fucking done with this garbage life that I had led since the beginning, you also have the ability to make that change. You have the power to change anything that you're not happy with in your life. But to do so is going to require a lot of effort, and in this case, love. You have to be able to transition and understand that there's nobody out there that you need to blame. There's nobody out there that's your enemy, and there's nobody out there, definitely, that is the cause for your own fucked up circumstance. Look inward rather than outward as a first step in trying to accomplish something like this. So I hope this video was helpful to some of you, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.